So I was explaining this. There's someone I was talking to is working with high school a football team, a high school football team, and I explained it like this. Let's say I asked, how many hours a week do your guys spend in a gym? He goes, well, it's at least 10 hours per week. Sometimes more, but it's at least 10. We like everybody to get in at least 10. And so I say, okay, well, now the truth is they could accomplish all of that with ARX in not more than 1 hour. But I said 2, just because 1 seems kind of unbelievable. So I said, what if I could accomplish all that stuff, that amount of volume, that tension on the system, that amount of muscle tearing, the accumulation of byproducts of fatigue, the Metcon aspect as well. If I can accomplish that for each of the guys in 2 hours per week, that means each of your guys has 8 hours per week more to go spend getting coached up, to go spend watching film, to spend doing drills, to spend sleeping and recovering. And so not only would they save 8 hours per week, but think about all the injuries your guys have just fooling around in the training room, or even if they're not fooling around. And he goes, yeah, there's injuries. They're just a part of life. With the guys in the training room, you put high school kids with a bunch of weights, someone's going to get hurt. So I said, think of the competitive advantage as that compounds. After 1 month, you versus the other teams in your division, after 1 month, it's 8 hours per week. Your guys have had 32 hours more of film study and of drills on the field. And not only have they not fallen behind in their training, it's probably going to be even more effective because we have these machines that properly load the musculature instead of weights. So that's a big competitive advantage. Now, what happens in the off season? 6 months of the off season, and 30. That's like 180 hours, and everyone's on vacation. And it's not actually 180, but as you get into D1 in college, and as you especially get into the pros, that's a huge competitive advantage of time efficiency, and it's compound interest. And if you have someone a freshman, by the time they're a senior, that's hundreds and hundreds of hours. Your senior line, hundreds and hundreds of hours more technique and film study and drills than their competition across the line of scrimmage. And they're stronger because they've had 4 years of eccentric contractions properly loaded. You get the idea. So that part is a huge thing to point out to someone who's very, very serious about athletics and who's a high-level athlete, especially in the learning stages where their competition is having all the same problems we're all having.